wait for let's wait for 1 more minute. Okay, fine. So let's start our today's session. And in our last session, we have seen about the control break statement. When we are talking about the control break statement, one of the control break statement I missed. Okay, so that another control break statement we are having is at end of. At end of. This is also one control break statement which is very popular and very useful. Okay, let's go to the system and we will see this at end of control break statement how it works. Am I audible to everyone? Can any one of you please confirm?
Yes, it is audible.
Okay, thank you. So here we are having the SAP screen. Let's go to the system and we will see that go to the program, and the last program which we have created, I think that was not in the system, but I have copied into the local notepad. Okay, let me see. Jet MB28, press F4, and this is the 29th number program we are having. Okay, so let me check the 28th number program. This program is about what? Okay, no problem. I will create this 29th number program over here. Once again, 29th, click on this create button. It's already there. Going to change mode. I will go into attribute and the control break statement at end here. I will just, and we will see at end of how it's going to work. Okay, so I have copied into my local system the last program, or else I will quickly show you over here, but we don't have the data. I will have to prepare the data, so better I will use that program directly. Okay, or yeah, it will be better. Let me go there and I will copy the program from there. We have this program files where I have put all the program. The control break I have copied on that day and I have put, this is the control break statement report we have. I will just use this one, control A, control C, and I will put in this control B. So okay, fine, check the syntax. There should not be any problem. Okay, this type table of, right, this is the structure we are having. So this structure we have created in the type group, right? So that type group in another system it is there. Okay, so no problem. I will create a type group over here quickly. Go to /SE11 and we know that how to create the type group with the same name. Here also in this system also I will create. So this development we have done in another system. Okay, and here today I'm using some another system, that's why this problem is there. So no problem, I will create this type group and I will reuse once again. Okay, so type groups for MB for morning batch 20th April. Click on this local object, and here let's define a type group. Types begin of ts underscore, let me make it little larger, ts underscore, so all the type group, it must have to start with the name of the type group. So here I have given the name of the type group, and then this is the ts underscore, this is ts underscore, we can give some, it was related with some material structure, right? Demo, let me give the same name, control v, comma, and the same number of field and everything I have to declare. So I'll just copy this one and I will paste it over here. Okay, then we are having the matnr, type matnr, right? Then I'm having the matkl, it's a type matkl, it's a type matkl, and it's a mtart, type mtart. Here we have to give the comma, 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 and then we are having one more called wagst, type ntgew. Okay, and then end of jd28 underscore is underscore demo. Remove this one. Fine. Petty printer, check the syntax now, there is no problem. And let me check if I'm using some types over here. Z, only structure I'm using, so no problem. Let's have with a structure itself. So a structure name I have declared now. Activate this one, activate this time, it will not give any error. Check the syntax, it is fine, it's working now. Activate this one and run this program, and you can see that it's adding it up. So for at new we have seen how it's working, this at new. At first also we have seen, at last also we have seen. So at first is going to trigger for only for the first record, right? We have seen all these things. Only I will have to show you at end of. So whoever does not attended my last session, you can refer the last video, there you will get all this control statement in detail. Fine, so I will comment all this. I will comment this particular statement over here, and what I will do that I will show you some, this end loop also. Here I will comment, I will keep it over here, it will be visible. Okay, okay, fine. Pretty printer, and here loop at it underscore demo into w underscore demo. So here we are having the data, right? And what is my requirement? I want to sum all the net weight. So let me show you once again how the data we are having, right? Put the breakpoint over here, and we are preparing the data under the prepare underscore data subroutine. Press F5, and you can see that this is the data we are preparing. So some 7 or 8 records we have prepared. Press F7. I have again come back to the original window because I have pressed F7. Okay, now here you can see that it underscore demo 8 records we are having, right? So this is the material number, this is the material number, right? This is again the material number. For what is my requirement? For each material I want to sum this weight. Okay, now I will show you, for all this material I want to sum the weight together and I want to display in the output screen. Okay, so for that what you will have to do, first once again I will tell the requirement. My requirement is all the data is having the weight over there, all the material is having weight over there. So what I want to do, I want to add the weight of all the material and want to display the sum at last. So how to do that one? For that purpose, inside the loop and end loop, you just have to write the sum statement. That's it. That's it. This much only you will have to write. What the impact of this sum statement is that whatever in control, the numeric value will be there. Whatever in control, the numeric value will be there. All the numeric value is going to be get added, and it will give you the output in this wa underscore demo itself. Okay, where it will give you the output in wa underscore demo itself, it will give you the output. And here you can write, the sum equals to, give the comma, wa underscore demo, and what's the field? WEIGST is my field name, right? So Pretty Painter, this work area is having this WEIGST field. In this field, automatically all the weight is going to get added, whatever the control is there on the record. All the controlled record, all the record under the control, under the current control, will be getting added, and uh, it will be stored in WEIGST. What I mean to say that, activate this one, put the breakpoint over here, press once again F8, and let's observe the data IT underscore demo. This is the internal table we are having. My requirement is to, I want to add all this weight. So 20 20 40 plus 12 62 plus 30 92, like that. I want to just add, it will be something more than 100, it will be there, right? So 30 plus 30 60 plus 20 80, 30 110, 30 140 152 162, and 182 should be the answer, probably. Okay, if our addition is correct, we will see. So I want to add. So when I'm putting the loop onto this it underscore demo, okay, all the record of this IT underscore demo is under the loop control. Loop is nothing but a control, right? So all the record under this, IT underscore demo is under the loop control. When it will encounter this sum statement, all the weight will be added and stored in w underscore demo. Press F5. Okay, press F5, and now you will see that, if you come over here, you can see that it's 192. So somewhere we have done the mistake while adding. It's actually 192, not 182. Okay, 192. So you can see that w underscore demo weight got added over here. Once again I will show you. Okay, so 192 192 multiple times it's coming. Why it's coming, I will let you know why it's coming. Because under the loop I have written, okay, under the loop I have written this sum statement. Okay, so even the first time when it is going to come, all the numeric value is going to be added. Second time also all the numeric value. Third time. So whenever this sum is going to be encountered, all the numeric value under the control of that particular IT underscore demo is going to be added. That's the meaning of sum statement over here. Activate over here once again, and I will show you. So logically, to avoid multiple statement over there, what we are supposed to do, that just I want to sum it up, because I want to sum it up. Once you store this value here, just you try to write, and let's observe if you are able to get your requirement fulfilled or not. Okay, just guess whether you will be able to do or not over here. Okay, so control V, I've already written over here, control V over here. Here if we're going to do, what will happen now, you will be having the better understanding. Okay, so come over here and put the breakpoint over here, press F8, and press F8 once again. Now you will see that this 192 is going to have the value stored. So what you can do, one time you can print just after this loop. Press F8 and you can see that sum is equal to 192. So value is just storing under after this loop control. When your when the control is coming out from this loop control, your value is still reserved, so there is no problem. After this loop we can write, you can use this write statement and we can display this value. So this is our observation from this experiment, right? So fine, activate this one, activate this one. Okay, now what I want to say that, just put the breakpoint once again over here and let's observe it underscore demo and w underscore demo. Here give the WEIGHT. Okay, you can see that currently the value is 30 in the first loop pass. Okay, why the currently value is there? Just press F5 and it's 20. Earlier it was 30. Why earlier it was 30, right? Why earlier it was 30 and now it was 20? Because when I was preparing this prepare underscore data, at that time I used this w underscore demo and I have not cleared over there. That's the reason earlier it was 30. So that's why it's better practice to clear. Let's clear over there and once again we will come at last. Just clear this w underscore demo. Okay, so use the clear statement and control V, pretty printer, check the syntax, activate this one, it got activated. Now we will not see that one. Okay, press F8 and here you can see that it underscore demo 8 records and now w underscore demo hyphen, currently it will be 000 only, right? Initial value. Okay, so you can see 0.000 means nothing is there, just initial value. Fine, press F5 and 20 is there coming perfectly. As soon as when it will encounter the sum statement, you can see 192 it has become, right? 192 it has become. It has added all the weight under this loop control. Press F5 once again, you can see every time it is just adding. Every time as soon as the loop is encountering sum is encountering, it's getting added. So if you just want to sum it up, okay, after doing the sum, what you can do, you can simply come out. There is no need of doing the sum again and again, right? There is no need of doing the sum again and again. So what I mean to say that, because it will hamper the performance, right? It will hamper the performance. So once, or what you can do that what you can do that when your last record will be there, at that time only single time just you have to just you have to add only for the single time. Okay, so when you are having the last record, just identify how many total number of records it is having, right? So total number of records, how we will find over here. So just after this, what you will have to do, that you will have to use describe table. Okay, it underscore demo, this is my table, into lines. Okay, describe table lines actually, and you'll have to use some counter or lv underscore number over here. Okay, use this lv underscore number data lv underscore number type. I am just using this declared, and this variable I'm using over here. What this statement will do, it will count the record inside this it underscore demo internal table, and that number of record, that number it will put inside this lv underscore number. Okay, now I will check here if site tabix equals to this lv underscore number, means when it is the last record, then only it will sum. So why I'm checking for the last record, because we may have because I'm putting this loop, so we can have some another business logic over here, another business logic we may have some another business logic. So I'm just performing those business logic every time, but not I'm summing up every time. Why to sum every time, right? System uh, CPU CPU processing will be required for the summing up. Memory will be also required every time. So once our all the business logic and everything is going to get processed, then at last, because I have to display the total sum under this control, I'm going to display that one. Okay, so site tabix when the last record it will reach, and total number of record is 8 only. Now when 8 equal to 8, it will just sum it up, and then after it will not go sum, it will just come out, right? Activate this one. I will show you. Press F8. Sum is equal to 192. That's fine. Put the breakpoint over here. Press F8 once again. IT underscore demo, you can see the 8 records is there. Currently, LV underscore number is 0. You can see LV underscore number first time, it's the control is just here. I have not executed. So the initial value of type integer is 0 over here for this particular variable. Press F5, you can see the 8 is there. Total number of records inside this internal table was 8, so 8 has come over here. Now press F5, and you can see that one by one the record will come into this w underscore demo, and site tab x is going to become 1. Okay, site tab x is nothing but the current pointing index. Okay, current record of internal table which is pointed by the loop, right? Which is pointed by this particular loop. Okay, this particular loop. This is not the actual loop. This is iterative statement. This is what? This is iterative statement. Okay, this is not a actual loop. Actual loop is do and undo, while and end while. Okay, for is also you can consider as an actual loop, but for, I think that is also a iterative statement after 7.40. Okay, but do and while is our actual loop, where psi index will tell you the loop pass. Here psi index will not have any impact, right? All this concept we have seen in our previous classes, so let's leave that part and come go ahead, right? So site tab x, you can see that site tab x is 1 over here. It's pointing this loop pass is pointing the current record. Okay, so don't get confused with site tab x and site index. Site tab x means the current pointing record in the internal table. Okay, site tab x means current pointing record in the internal table, and psi index is the current loop pass inside the which loop, do loop or while loop. Okay, do loop or while loop, not here. If you see the here psi index, if you see here, it will not increase or decrease. Okay, it's a 0, right? So but in do and end do or while or end while, if you were using the same kind of stuff, right, it will keep on increasing. Okay, press F5, press F5, press F5. You can see that it's not every time summing it up. So it will just sum it up for the last record only, right? So you can see the site tab x is 8 now, and it is going to sum, and this time it will just come out. Okay, fine. So 192 is the output now we have seen. Now what I want to show, that I want to add the weight for each material. I want to add the weight for each material. Okay, so press F8, and for material number 1, what is the total weight? 20 and 20, 40. For material number 2, what is the total weight? 12 plus 30 plus 30, it's a 72. It should display. Similarly for 3, it should display 50. For 4, it should display 30. So like that, for each material I want to get displayed. So I will use this sum. Okay, I will use this sum, but where? Under the control called at new, at end of matnr. At new on change of will not work over here, means that will not give you the correct result, right? Because their functionality is for each new material, right? For each new material it will just add it up. So whatever there will be there in the control, all the weight not will be the same as per our requirement. But here this at end of, what it will do, after each end of same material, after each end of same material, it's going to add those material. That's what it is going to do. That's what it is going to do. Okay, I will show you in debugging also, so no problem. Here at end of material number, if is not required, and add, you just give the closing statement, and here just give the sum. Once you are going to give the sum, now write this statement over here, control V, and this sum is fine, and the MATNR you can give the MATNR equals comma, and then W underscore demo, hyphen MATNR. So what it will do, that it will give you the material number for this particular material. So this is the hard coded value, this is the variable, okay, this is the sum. So for each unique material, this is giving you the value. That's what I'm trying to do over here. Check the syntax now, activate this one, okay, press F8 and just observe here how it's going to do. Okay, it underscore demo, you can see that this one and one is same. So when I'm telling at end of Matner, so what is the meaning of at end of Matner? What is the meaning of at end of control? The meaning of at end of control is that when the same material is going to change, so this one is same, this one is same, so when two will come, okay, that means this is the end of one, right? End of one. 2 times 1 is coming over here, right? 2 times 1 is coming over here. So at end of material, so that control will trigger when the same material is going to get end. Here you can see 2 2 2. So at end of will trigger just after end of this two. So when is the end of this two? Here at the fifth index, this is the last, this is the last material number, this is the last material number over here, this is the last material number over here for this three. So for each material number, it will check what is the last material number, and at that particular point it will trigger. That's the meaning of at end of. Hope it's clear. Okay, now press F5. Here just you observe here 2 1 is there. Okay, just observe now. So first loop pass, this is the first loop pass. Here just write WA underscore demo a hyphen MATNR and copy once again and paste it over here, WEIGHT, right? So loop at W underscore demo. Here we are having the material, here we are having the material, okay, 1 and 20. So the first material is 1, right? Come over here, at end of didn't get trigger, right? At end of didn't get trigger. Now come over here, press F5, F5, F5. This time it will trigger because the second material is the last material of same group. Okay, second material is the last material. You can see this one is the last material of the same group 1 and 1. Okay, so this time it will trigger. Press F5 and you can see that it has come inside. Earlier it has not come, and when it has clicked on this, once it will, you can see currently it's a 0 it is showing, right? When it has come to this, once it has come under this control, the WA underscore demo hyphen await value becomes 0. Press F5 once again and you can see that all the value under this control, what are the value under this control, under the at end of 1 1 was under the scope of that particular control statement and end of. So it has added 20 and 20. That's the beauty of, you know at end of or any control statement and the sum. That's the beauty of this sum statement. It does all the work for you, so you should know how to use this one. Your concept should be clear. Okay, now go once again, come once again, come once again, and here you can see that another material 2 is coming. This 2 is how many times? 2 is there for 3 times. So for third 2 it will trigger. For first and 1 it will not trigger. You can see that 2 times I have gone. This is the third time for this 2, right? And this time it will go inside. You can see it has gone inside, and as soon as it has gone inside, the W underscore demo hyphen wait gone become 0. It got initialized, right? It got initialized. Why? Because it's the integer value. If it would have been character, you would have seen over here a star star, star star, if you would have seen, or other value you will be able to see as a star only. If you go and check wa underscore demo, so all the character like data type value will become a star star. You can see MAKTL and MTART. These are the character. Char 4 is this one, and this is also I think char 9 or char 4. Char 4. This MAKTL is also char 4. MTART is char 4. So it has become what? A star star star. Okay. And here it's fine because at Matner I am using, so whatever is there after the Matner, that is going to be a star if it's the character like data type. Okay, this weight is the numeric data type, that's why it is 0. It be initialized with 0. Okay, so just remember this fact. uh, Press F5. Okay, so fine. So this fact, like we have seen this fact in our last class, right? This is star star. So even you can refer the last video. Come here and press F7 once again, and you can see that it has added all those three two, right? All those three two, these two, these two, these two, 12, 30, 30, 72, right? 12, 30, and 30, 72. That's what it is giving the 72. Press F8. Similarly, it has added everything. So for the material number 1, sum is 40. For the material number 2, sum is 72. For the material number 3, sum is 50. And for the material number 4, sum is 30. And total sum is 192. Let me format it a little bit over here. How I will do? I will simply give this, uh, I will simply give this new line command. Okay. Okay. And you can also format the color like that. Also, you can format the color. Okay. And end format, end format like that. Also, you can let me check some problem. It seems end format. Let me check. There is a syntax. Actually, you can begin the format and you can close the format. So whatever inside that formatting you have done, everything will come under that specific color. Okay. In format not, actually format switch off, format off, format off, something like that. It is there. Press F1. Let us see what is that command. So format, color, inverse, auto split, all this is fine. This is okay. Format, color, format color on and format color off. Actually, I think that is format color 5 on and format color off. Okay, so this is the command. So what it will do, whatever you have written inside this format and end format. Okay, this is nothing but end format, right? Here you are formatting, here you are off, here just you are closing the format, right? So whatever you are writing inside, it will be in a specific format. Okay, it will be in a specific format. So I've just given the color 5. So whatever you are going to write inside this, it is going to be color 5. Here also, if you want, you can give format, color, let's give the 6. Okay, on. And this is also one way. Earlier we have seen, just we were giving the uh, color of, right, format color of. So earlier we used to give the color over here. So that is also one way. This is also one way. Check the syntax, activate this one, activate this one. And here I will use a new line. Here new line we are already having, that's fine, good. Press F8 this time and press F8, and you can see that material 1 is having some 40, material 2 is having some 72, material all these things, material all these things. So this is fine, and sum, total sum is actually this 192. So if you add this one, so like that you can use the at end of. This is the use case of at end of. Okay, hope it's clear for everyone. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Any question if you have here in this at end of? Is it clear for everybody? Okay, so I believe it's clear for everybody. Let's go ahead. And now we'll go to the okay, ALV is not today's topic. We have 28th and we are having at selection screen. Okay, on selection screen on value request for still pending. Okay, no problem. Control break statement we have completed. Report transaction and variant. I will show you this one quickly, and then I will show you this. This topic and one more topic is pending. Selection screen push button, right? And this at selection screen on value request for. Both is important one. We will discuss in today's class itself. But before that, I will just show you this reports, transaction, and variant. It's very easy. That's why I'm going to cover this one quickly. It will take 2 minutes. Activate this one, just press F8 over here. See, if you want to pass some variant, what is the meaning of variant? Variant means some predefined value as an input you want to pass. For example, I'm going to define some parameter over here, p underscore, uh, let me lv underscore number, it underscore demo. Here we don't have such parameter. Okay, no problem. Simply a dummy parameter I'm just going to give you just to showcase. Type char 5 letters, suppose, or char 5. This is a parameter we are having, or we have a select option. Okay, so is underscore dummy. This is also dummy. Type, sorry, for work area hyphen. So you'll have to define one work area using the tables command, right? So this Mara has now become our, this Mara table is now will be have like a work area, right? So I will use this Mara hyphen matner. Okay, pretty printer, check the syntax, activate this one, press F8, and you can see that two, dummy and is underscore dummy is coming, right? Every time, suppose you have to give some value over here. Whenever you run the program, you are going to give some value, right? You don't want to give every time your own value over here. What you want that automatically the value should be populated. Okay, suppose you have 100 fields over here, or suppose 10 or 20 fields like that. P underscore dummy, s underscore dummy, p underscore material, n number, s underscore material, this, that, m dot. Suppose 20 or 30 fields like that you have. It's very irritating for you to put the data inside that every time, right? So for that purpose, we have the concept called variant. So suppose here I'm going to give some value, right? Here I'm going to just give some value, test value, and here also I'm going to give some value. Let's suppose I will get the value from here. Okay, some material I will get papi underscore test. Okay, so every time I have to put this value only. I will click on this save button. Okay, and I will create a variant. So you can give any variant over here, name of the variant. Okay, so you can give the name of the variant. Now click on this save button. Okay, and here you can see that test and ZEVB 100 you are having. Now when again you are going to run this one, what you can do, you can go over here and select this one. Automatically the value will populate. So if you have 10 or 20 fields or 100 fields even, or whatever the number of fields is there, does not matter. You can use this once. You have to walk after that, there is no problem. Just you can simply, after putting the value, you can click on this save button, you can give the variant name, that's it, and it will work for you. Okay, that will work for you. That's the meaning of variant. One other part in this variant, a little interesting part, you will realize parameters, p underscore date type d, we are having the parameter. Check the syntax, activate this one, activate, press F8. You can see that what is my requirement. Whenever I run this particular program, every time the current date should come, right? Every time the current date should come. Sorry, p underscore data I have given, I'm supposed to give date actually. Okay, press F8. So you can see p underscore date has come. type D I have given the date data type. This is the date data type we are having. So when I have given the date data type, system is not understanding that is a date data type. Let me check sci datum if I'm going to give, or let me do one thing. Go to class O SC16N or SC11, you can go Mara, and let us check it's created on. This is the data type. I will use this data type. If you double click over here, it will be the dates data type. It's the dates data type. So what I will do that I will use this one. Okay. Fine. Activate this one. Activate the data element. Just I have used. Press F8. Okay. And this time you can see that option is coming. Okay. So this I just wanted to get it. So every time you have to come over here and you are giving 22, 6 and 2020. Tomorrow if you come, you have to select the option and you have to give this particular value again. So every time you'll have to come and give the value, right? So you want the variant for that. You want the automatic variant for that, right? If you are going to select this one, it is just going to fill this value. This value is not going to save. For example, if we're going to today's value over here, 22, right? And if you save this one under the dummy only, right? So what it will do tomorrow also, if you come and if you click on this particular button, so tomorrow you have opened this program, right? And you have come over here and click on this variant. So tomorrow also it will tell you about the today's date. So how to get automatically the current date? So what you will have to do for that, click on this save button, and here you have to come, okay, this p underscore date, and here you will be having the option, okay, click on this button, okay, and after that actually is name of the value input field, option, just a second, this option is not coming. Here you will get the option actually to save the current date. Yeah, it is there, it's there. So yeah, fine. So here you'll have to use the selection variable, right? So what you have to do, first save field with sorry, without values it is there, okay, without values it is there. So just remove this one, okay, remove this is not required, all these things is not required. Come over here, selection with variables, click on this F4, and table variable with TVRVC dynamic date calculation, you can see, select this one, local date you want to put or dynamic date calculation with the system date you want, what date you want. If you want to have the local date, like if you are there in the India, if you want to get the India date over there, then you can select this D. And if you want to get the system date, okay, system date can be, wherever the application server is installed, in whatever time frame zone, that date it will come. So it depends on your wisdom. So generally you will use this D, right, the current D, because you will be using the system as per your convenient, as per your time zone. But if you are going to use this X also, you'll have to select this X. Okay, it all depends on your requirement. Come over here, and from here if you press F4, just to select this current date, you have the multiple option over here, just you can read it out and you can select accordingly. Suppose by default you want to get 10 days before, okay, then you can use this option, plus or minus option, current date plus minus how many days, or 10 days after if there is a select option, right? For the select option you will get the different option for low, for high, that also I will show you quickly, okay. But here if you want to dynamically populate the current date, you can select this current date over here, click on this save button, and it will dynamically populate the current date. So tomorrow also if you will come and you will check over here, it will give you the 23 instead of 22 if you have maintained the value like that, okay. So hope you understood the concept what I'm trying to tell you, okay. Similarly, if you have the date option, similarly you have the select option for the date field, okay. So s underscore date you have for Mara, ERESDA, okay. Pretty pin to check the syntax, activate this one. So for this, what you want that here, s underscore date, what you want, that every time when you come to this option, automatically you want the 10 days before, and 10 days before date should be automatically captured over here, and 10 days after date should be automatically come over here, because this is the range, right? You don't have to manually put 10 days back or 10 days later over here manually. You don't have to do. Otherwise, what you will have to do, 20 minus 10, it will be what? 22 minus 10, it will be 12. So you will come over here, and again 22 plus 10, what is going to be? 32. That means 2, right? So here, right, like that you will have to come and choose every day. It might be irritating for you. So what you will do, that remove this one, remove this one, again click on the save button. Okay, click on this dummy, same dummy variant I'm going to use, and here this time, s underscore dummy date, s underscore date, this is the select option for the date I have created. Come over here, select the option for that date calculation, dynamic date calculation. You must have to select this one first, then you have to come over there. Okay, press F4 over here, and you can see that this time you are able to get the different option, right? So for your option, this is the particular uh, option you'll have to select. You have multiple option, right? You can see if you want to get plus or minus, right? If you want 10 days before or 10 days after, right? That also you can do, but here only one option you will be having. I will show you how it will look like. Okay, and once you double click over here, it will ask for how many extra how many days later you want to see. I want to see 10 days later, but it will fill your low option only. It will fill your low option only. Click on the save button. Once again, press F4. What I have selected, this option I have selected here, and by default this will be I, or this will be equal. Okay, by default this will be I. We have the, in the select option we have I, right? In the select option we have two types of, include and excludes. We have two types of uh, sign. We have two types of sign, include or exclude, and we have multiple option available over here. So by default, if you don't select anything, I or EQ will be by default taken. Okay, and based upon your requirement, you can select the multiple option. Okay, based upon your requirement, you can select the multiple option. Fine. So here you can see that equal is fine, not equal, less than, greater than, you can use. Fine. So just save this one and click on this yes button once again. Okay, now if you come over here and select this dummy, you can see that the 272020, the current date is 2 July, the 10 days after date is coming. Okay, 10 days after date is coming. If you want to get 10 days before date, what you will do, from the current date, click on this plus button once again, and here you can see that it is showing current date plus 10 days. So 10 days before date you want to get. Okay, 10 days before date you want to get. So here now, come over here and just a sec. Yeah, sorry. So here current date plus or minus a work days we are having, that's fine. This is the work day, so it will consider only Monday to Friday, not Saturday and Sunday. And here you can select once again, and here you will have to give minus 10. Remember, you will have to give minus 10 over here. You will not get a separate option for minus. Just you have to give minus 10, and it will automatically, system will understand that you are trying to subtract the value. Just save it. Once again, click on the yes button and go here and select once again, and you can see that, right, 10 days before, today is 22, 10 days before automatically value will be calculated, right? Click on save button once again, come over here, go to here, and 10 days before and 10 days later, low option I want to have the 10 days before. So 10 days before, and high option I want, suppose 10 days later. So low or high both will be filled. Okay, just save it, click on this yes button. And now if you come over here, click on this dummy, you can see that 10 days before and 10 days later both is coming. So this is some important, a point you should know about this variant. Okay, generally variant we go and create in each system. For example, in development, if you want to create the variant, you will go and you will create the quality system. You will create the variant in the production system for each report. If you want to transport, that also is possible to transport the but need to be checked. I have never transported. Okay, but I think that is possible to transport the variant. By default it will not get transport. Okay, some tips and trick you will have to apply, or some maybe some program will be there. So I have never done that one manually. I have gone and I have created the variant over there in the quality and production system. Maybe you will have to take some authorization from your system owner, or from some, who is taking care of that system. From that you will have to take the authorization. But I think it is possible to transport the variant also, right? Fine then. With this, okay, this variant chapter is closed. Now what it is, foreground and background execution. Okay, so what is foreground and background execution? If you are going to run this particular program, you can see in foreground I am running. This running is also known as the online report. This running is also known as the online report. Okay, so this program also you can execute in background. So whatever we are doing, all this calculation and all, right, you can execute all this uh, statement of this program in the background. That means the background work process. Currently, which work process it is run by? It is run by the dialog work process, right? It will be run by the dialog work process, because we are running in the dialog mode. Dialog mode is nothing but interactive mode, right? Dialog is nothing but interaction, right? So this is the dialog mode. That means it is run by the dialog work process. If you have the big program which is going to run for 1 hour or 2 hour or 3 hour, you will be not be able to run in the online mode. Why? Because there will be certain time limits. After 5 minutes it will go into dump. It will tell that timeout issue, or in some organization it will be there for 30 minutes as well. So it depends on your basis people, it depends on your system load, so many things to uh, decide how much time in the foreground it should run. Why they avoid to run any report in the foreground for the maximum time? Because multiple user has to deal with the screen, right? And when you are going to multiple people will be there which is going to run with the which we are going to interact with the screen. And if your dialog process is uh, going to occupy it for maximum time, other people will face the issue, right? They will face the wait time, right? And that will be a not good user experience. That's why in dialog mode we are supposed to keep the report or transaction for the minimum time. It should be very fast. Okay, but if some report or something is going to be run very very, it's a time taking report, for example BI or BW report, or any your report also can take lot of time. What you can do that, you can schedule in a background. Okay, you can go into this program and click on this executing button, or simply you can press F9. You can press F9. Okay, once you press 9 F9, this option will come, multiple option will come, right? You don't have to do anything over here, leave it as it is. Click on this OK button, click on this immediate button. If you want to run this report immediately, you can click on this immediate button. Or if you want to run this particular report at some particular time, for example after 1 hour, this report should start. So you can click on this date and time. You can give the date and time as per your convenient. Okay, time also you can give, right? Here you can see the multiple option: schedule start, no start after, right? It's a easily understandable option. So I don't think so I'll have to put more effort over there, right? After job, after event, these are some important option is there. Okay, I will let you know once I will come into the background job or batch job. Okay, so once you will be having what is the job and all, you will be able to understand. It's a very easy actually. Okay, click on this immediate button as of now so that it will start immediately, and then I will click on this check and click on this save. If you want to make it periodic, that means if this particular report, if you want to run on each 10 minutes interval, so you can select this periodic and you can give the period value over here, and here you can come and you can give the 10 minutes. Okay, it all depends how much period you want to define. Okay, I'm not going to give any period. I don't want to run every time this report. Why to unnecessarily run this report every time, right? It will consume my system resources, right? Click on this save button. I have not defined any period or something like that. Click on this save, and once you have saved, your report started getting executed. Where you will see where your report has started getting executed. Go to slash o, right? Go to slash o SM37. Okay, go to slash sm37. This is a transaction for job monitoring. So whatever you are going to execute in background, that is by default going to be your job. Okay, whatever you are going to execute in background, that is by default going to be your job. So you have to go into the sm37 transaction. Okay, which transaction? sm37 transaction. Remember, this transaction is very important. Many times you will come across such scenario when you will have to use this transaction sm37, this transaction batch job monitoring, this particular transaction. Okay, so you have to come this transaction and come over here and press F8. You can give your user ID because if you have scheduled that job, right? So relevant input parameter you can give, right? And the date and all, everything you can give, right? If you know which program, if you know already the program name, you can give the program name. Based upon the program name, it will filter the job, right? I don't have to give anything. In my system there is no much data, I know. Click on this execute button, it will give one or two maybe. You can see that this is my program, ZMB test, some program. I think I have created ZMB test some days back, or it is still there. Every time it's running unnecessarily, wasting the resources. Every time you can see that it's running. Today is also so many times it has run, right? I want to cancel this one. If I want to cancel this, you can cancel also. I will show that one how to cancel. Here you see that finished and all these things you have given over here, right? ZMB28 demo 29. This is my program, just I have run and it got finished. You want to see the output. What was the output? So all the output of a program stores in form of a spool. If you have written some write statement, it will be there and stored in form of a spool. Okay, what is a spool? From where you will get the spool? Put the cursor over here on the job name which you have just created. Go to this spool. Here you can see this option is there. Click on this spool button. Here you will have to see, here you will have to click on this ABAP list. Okay, click on this button and you can see the same output is showing as we were able to see after running that program, right? When you have clicked on the spool, right? So this is how you can schedule the job in the background. Okay, this is how you have to schedule the background. If you want to see the job log, okay, you can click on this job log, means how your job has done, whether whatever the when your program was running during that time, if you have given some information. Okay, so for example some message info or something like that. Okay, in the background, for example, come over here, go to that program slash n AC38. So job log means while running your program, if some information it has given, it will capture. Okay, so just I'm going to write a dummy requirement over here. Come over here, just go back. and here I will give this message. Okay, message, program successfully completed, program successfully completed, type I, full stop, pretty printer, check the syntax, activate this one, activate, press F8, and run once again in background, right? You'll have to run in background. Click on this immediate, click on this save. That's it. Go to SM37 and I will refresh. /n SM37, run this. What is my last one? This is the last one. You can see 833. Put the cursor over here and click on this job log. Okay, you can see that program successfully completed. This information message is coming, right? So whatever the information message will be there, that is going to get captured under this job info or job log. Okay, a spool, a step, I will tell you what is this. The multiple, if there are multiple program in a job, that is going to be your steps. Job detail, it's nothing, it's a simple, just put the cursor over here or double click over here, you will see about the job detail. This is okay, we will see all these things in detail, nothing to worry. Okay, just I will show you this part quickly, if because I have to cancel this job every time it is getting run. Okay, so this is released status. Release status means this job is going to run at some particular point of time, means it is valid to run. Released means it is validated for run. Released means it is validated for run. This is good candidate for run, it is released. Okay, your PO is released means what? Your PO is in good situation to get means it has been approved or it has been, right? All the prerequisite has been maintained for that particular PO, that's why it has been released. Similarly, this job has been released, that means all the prerequisite it has met and now it is ready to run. Okay, it's ready to run. Now it will come into the ready to run status, it's released. I want to cancel this one, go to this job, and here you will see that you will be having an option to, you know, it's a cancel active job, uh, release to schedule. First you have to, you know, change from release to schedule. So I will release to schedule, just go back, select this scheduled option over here, execute now. So the scheduled has now come, right? Now select once again and cancel. Now schedule job you can cancel. Okay, so or what you can do that, uh, what you can do that, go to this change option. Okay, or you can delete. That delete also you can do. So currently if you see that on the start condition, the periodic job I have done, right? I will just remove this periodic job, I don't want this periodic job and all. Okay, click on this save button, that's it. Click on save once again and now it's fine. Maybe once it will run and after that it will not run because I have removed that period from there. Okay, fine. So this is how you'll have to do foreground and background execution. LB report will start tomorrow. Before that, I have some time. I will show you this at selection screen on value request for. Copy this event. Come over here. Go back. Go to /n SC38. And here itself, I will show you. Let me do one thing. Close this one. Close this one. Going to change mode here. Yeah, we have multiple, you know, for this program number 28. So let me check what is this program. Okay, material type we are having, right? Press F4. Okay, so what we want that, you know, what we want that when you press on F4 button, this is by default, you know, this is by default search help is coming over here. So there are multiple way of giving the search help, right? There are multiple way of giving the search help. Today I will not be able to cover. Okay, let me do one thing. Some of the point I will show you. Okay, so here parameters, we have given parameters. This is fine. Initialization, this is the parameter mara underscore mtot. Okay, so we will see the first first type. We will see over here that this material type is there. I'm getting this material type with reference to what? Mara hyphen mtot. Okay, mara hyphen mtot. So if you click on this mara hyphen mtot, okay, so this mtot, you check over here for this particular mtot. If you come over here, this is the check table. Okay, this is the check table. So it will get value from this particular check table. It will get value from this particular check table. Okay, if this check table will not be there, then what it will do, it will go and check for this data element, and it will check if search help is attached for this particular data element. You can see that there is no search help for this mtot, right? So it will not display anything, right? Its check table is there. Because the check table is there, it's going to it's displaying from this check table. Okay, it's displaying from this check table. Fine. If we're going to give, for example, uh, do one thing, let's do step by step. Okay, come over here, comment this one, write this control D. What I mean to say that, what I means to say that, remove this modify D, or we can keep the modify D, there is no problem. This mara hyphen mtot, let's make it simple. Okay, remove this, and here that char 5 or char 4 I'm going to give. I know that this material type is a 4 character, right? Activate this one, activate this one, press F8, right? You can see there is no search help is coming, right? So the one way, if you are just simply giving the char 4, there will no search help will come, okay, for this particular material type. Now we decided to get the search help which has been defined at the material level. Okay, we wanted to get the search help which has been defined at the material type level. Okay, material type level. So what is one way? One way is that you can go and check this particular mtot data element. Okay, so if you want to give mtot over here, if you want to apply the search help for this particular parameter, whatever the data element you want to give over here, just you can go into that data element and you can check. You can take that this particular data element, there is no search help, so you will not be able to get the search help by default over here. You can just run it, just activate this one, activate this one, and just run it. You can see that still no search help is coming. But if you give over here, just I'm giving one example. Okay, suppose I have the p underscore one more parameter. I'm having p underscore matnr. Okay, and here it is of char 40. We know that it's the material is now in S4 HANA system, it is of char 40, right? In the current scenario, earlier it was char 18, it is of 18 characters. Okay, activate this one, just press F8. You can see that for this material also there is no search help is coming, but as soon as you will give the matnr over here, this data element, if you go and check for this particular matnr, you can see that this particular matnr search help is associated. Okay, search help is associated s underscore mat1, right? Associated. So what it will do, that it will consider that search help automatically, and it will use over here. So press F8 now, and you can see that the search help is coming over here. So this is one option to populate the search help, right? But now let's take one example. uh, okay, now okay, now I'm going to give this material number mara hyphen matnr. Okay, Mara-matnr. Now I will show you when if you press F8 and when you will press F4, again you can see that it is taking the search help from the material number itself, right? Again it's taking the search help from the where? From the matner itself. From which matner? Come over here, for this material number, from this material number, if you check what is the check table, there is no check table. Okay, so it this will become more clear. As of now, just to understand, for this material number, okay, it will check the search help, right? And it found this search help. So either you give directly the data element, or you give the mara hyphen the field name, mara hyphen the field name. It will consider the associated search help if check table is not there. Okay, suppose if you have the search help and check table both, then what it will give the preference. Okay, that also I will show you. Let's take some example like that. We have the Marcy table, right? If you go and check in the Marcy table, activate this one, activate, double click over here, right? And you can see this is the material number, and if you come over here, Mara is the check table. So in this case, the Mara will be shown as a material number if we are going this Marcy hyphen matner, or again it will go to this matner, and here also you can see that search help is given. So it will give the preference. Okay, which it will give the preference. Let us see which it will gives the preference. Press F8, and here you can sum and press F4. In this case also, if you observe over here, it's giving the preference to the search help only. So what you conclude over here, what you got the by this experiment, that if you have the check table as well as the search help both is available, then it will give the preference to what? The search help, right? If search help is not available, then in that case it will come and it will consider the check table as a search help. So again I will show you. You come to this uh, let it be Marcy, like that, and here I will give you the Mara hyphen mtart. So if you come over here, Mara hyphen mtart, come over this mtart and click on this input help check. You can see this this is the check table. And if you come to this data element, we have seen that there is no search help for this particular mtart. So in this case, because it is not having the search help, it will consider this check table as a search help. Okay, it will consider this check table as a search help. Okay, so now just activate this one, and press F8, and you can see that for this particular material type, now this is coming from T134, a single it will come, right? So the important takeaway is that if you want to get the search help, this is one option. Just you can give the table hyphen the field name, and if it is having some, for this particular field at the data element label, okay, if search help is associated, it will get from that the search help, or if search help is not associated, in that case it will get the search help from the check table. It will consider check table as a search help. Okay, another option, we are having the match code object, and then after we will see add selection screen on value request for. So these two things we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay, let's stop over here, and if you have any question, please feel free to ask. So remember, for the tomorrow class, I will just note it down so I will not forget. Match code object and add selection screen on value request for. Okay, and whatever the understanding we have tomorrow, I will write it over here, that if you have, though we have seen in data dictionary also, right, the sequence in which the search help will be considered, right? The same sequence is applicable here also, right? Any question if you have, please feel free to ask any question if you have, or else we can stop our session over here and we will meet tomorrow.
What is mean by dynamic search help?
Dynamic search help. Good question. Dynamic search help means based upon the scenario, you can apply the search help. For example, you know, uh, for example, you have some parameter, right? I have closed that one, no problem. I will show you over here. You have some parameter over here, and based upon some certain condition, you want to populate the data. For example, this is your parameter a 1, and here you have this mtart parameter, or here we are going to write p underscore mtart type mtart. Okay, and here p underscore matnr type matnr. So what actually my intention is, whatever the material type you are going to put into this into this parameter, based upon that material type only I want to select the material number. Okay, based upon that material type only I have to select the material number. Okay, so dynamically I am deciding what the material number, the list of material number will be decided based upon the previous condition. So conditional search help is also a kind of dynamic search help, can be of different type. One of the type is a conditional search. Dynamically you are going to populate the data. Okay, so this is one scenario. That also we'll see at selection screen on value request for. With the help of that event, we can achieve this particular dynamic search help requirement. Okay. Any other question?
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So what we will do, that we will stop our session over here. Let me stop the no let it be recording on, and I will give some assignment. So come over here, go to this assignment, and this report assignment. Under this report assignment, in last class, if you remember what I have done, I have given the assignment for control break statement. Okay, and in today's class we have studied about background job or variant we have studied, then at end of, right, at end of background job and variant. Okay, here in control break, at end of, already I have given the assignment for at end of in the last class. Uh, at end of the same requirement, whoever has not done the assignment, for the same requirement, what you have to do that you have to add this particular weight for each material number using at end of. Here you can see that in last class I have already given this assignment. Okay, background job and variant, the activity one, what you will have to do, that whatever program you have created till now, okay, take some 2 or 3 program, whatever program you have created, take 2 or 3 programs and execute in background. So how to execute in background I have shown you. Take the help of video if you don't remember the steps, or press F9. Okay, this is the activity one. Then go to SM37 and take the screenshot of the spool, means output. Okay, of the spool, means output, and share in the group. Share in the group. So first you will have to go into SM37. You will have to find your job. It will be there with your ID. Okay, and the job name will be the same name as your program name. Okay, so job name will be by default will be by default as program name. Okay, so this is your activity 1, and in activity 2, what you'll have to do that get some parameters on selection screen. Okay, selection screen, there must be some date parameter. Okay, some date parameter. Okay, save this parameter in form of variant, okay. Now once you are going to save this parameter in form of variant, what I want, so that the date parameter should always, always saved, should always display. So whenever I select the variant, so date parameter should always display or populate with the current date. This is one requirement. Okay, another requirement, save the parameter in such a way that, this is my another requirement, so that save the parameter in form of variant, so that date parameter should always display the current date 5 days before current date. Okay, another is 5 days after current date. It's very important, please do this one. Okay, it will be helpful a lot. And one is the 5 days before and 5 days after, 5 days after and 5 days before. Okay, so 5 days after and 5 days before to the current date. So this is the requirement you will have to complete. But the last one, for this last one, you must have the select option. Okay, for the last one, you must have the select option, 2 parameter, low and high. Then only you will be able to display the 5 days before and 5 days after. Otherwise it will not be possible, right? So get some parameters on selection screen. Parameters, right? Select option. Okay, you can create independently also, and you can show me. Okay, or you can use the existing program parameter also, no problem. So you please do this requirement, take the screenshot quickly. Okay, take the screenshot and complete this requirement and share in the WhatsApp group. It's important to share in the WhatsApp group so that other people will also get inspired that you are doing the assignment. And I also feel very good when you complete the assignment. I think that you are doing something, right? You are learning something. If you don't do the assignment, whatever I have taught you, you will forget by tomorrow or day after tomorrow itself. So if you are able to complete this assignment, you will be able to remember for a longer period, and it will be helpful in your interview. So please complete the assignment. Okay, fine. Then I will just close this session over here, and